I believe that everyone is sent into our path for a reason, even the ones who cross it only for a fraction of time, even the ones who break us and leave us or make us question everything we ever thought we knew. Keep your head up, as tired as you are. Love is not supposed to hurt, sweet soul, but growing does. And I know this beyond a shadow of a doubt. Even the wrong people and the wrong choices can bring us to the right places. Hello my friends, welcome back to Epoxy Me That. How are you? I hope doing okay, and I want to thank you for showing up today. And today we're going to do something a little bit different. I got in these mica powders from CRAFTOR, and it says there's 24 colors in the box. So let's open them up and guess what we're going to do with them today. We are going to, in this box, just beautiful. I thought it was. We are going to swatch our colors. We're going to take these nails right here, these false nails. I didn't want to rattle that paper in your ear. I know some people don't like that. We're going to take the little nails off. Like that, but we're going to leave them on here while we're painting them so it'll be easier for us to hold. But we're going to take some of our mica powder, put it in a little cup, add some UV resin, we're going to paint it on there, and we're going to cure it. And then we're going to put it in our little section right here that says 001. Then we're going to get our sheet of paper and we're going to write down CRAFTOR and the color. And then we'll know exactly where to find that color. And if this works out for me and I really like it, I'm going to get probably 2 more of these little swatch kits. Really, they're to swatch your nail polish colors. But I thought it would be very unique and different to keep up with my colors in this box right here, this nail kit box. It's nice, and I can close it up, keep my papers in there, and keep everything recorded inside of this little kit. And my daughter got me these. They are some cute Christmas shakers. So for funsies, we're going to throw in a shaker. We're going to pick one of these and make a shaker. And that'll be our resin piece for the video. So I'm going to go through here and pick out which one I want to do. Look at this gingerbread house. It's got the window, the door, and all kind of cute little things you can put in the gingerbread house. Isn't that cute? There's a snowflake, there's a stocking, a gingerbread. Y'all know I love my gingerbread peeps. A snowman and a Christmas tree. And then you get the cute little pieces to go over the shaker. And it's cut out already. So you get to make, I think there may be one of each in here. Okay, this goes on the gingerbread. This goes on the Christmas tree. So see, that goes right there, and that's the shaker. That's going to be the shaker part. And on the gingerbread house, that's the shaker part. On the Christmas tree, that's the shaker part. On the stocking, that's the shaker part. On the snowman, that's the shaker part. And then this snowflake, that's the shaker part. So if you'd like to see how I get on with that, kick back, relax, and let's get to it. I got my resin, and I'm using the CRAFTOR epoxy resin. I mixed up 2 mils of A and 2 mils of B, so that's a total of 4 mils, because we don't need a lot. We don't have a lot to fill. So let's go ahead and do our snowman, because that's the biggest piece in our mold. So let's make sure we get that filled before we move further. So I'm going to get the white out, the white color right here. And let's get about that much out. Get it stirred up. I'm going to spritz some alcohol in our mold. And that's going to help out with the bubbles. Now let's go ahead and fill our snowman up. Let's see. I'm going to give his time for his little hands to fill up. Alright, now it needs a little bit more. Wow, I put just enough in there, didn't I? I put a little bit of resin in this cup, and we'll do the black hat. We don't need a lot because that hat's not very big. That might be too much. All right, we're going to get a little bit of this black out. We don't need a lot. I don't think we need the black for anything else. Let me make sure. Yeah, just the hat. The mica powder is mixing up really well in my resin. Really nice. No lumps, clumps, or nothing. Okay, we're going to go ahead and spritz a little bit of alcohol in the mold. And now let's get this hat filled up. See, even that was too much. We got a little bit left over. It's so hard to judge how much you need in a small mold like this. Okay, now let's get our red and our green and do our scarf right here for our snowman. So this is going to be our red and our green. All right. Here's our green. And here's our red. Let's get them stirred up. That's a wine colored red. It's pretty. It is pretty. And now let's get this green stirred up. Okay, and that's our green. You know how a scarf has two different colors in it? I'm going to try to just do it green, red. And hopefully it won't all mesh together and muddy up. We just won't play in it. All right, I'm going to spritz some alcohol in the mold. I wonder if we could... Now, let's go ahead and take a Q-tip. I mean a Q-tip. A little toothpick and drop that in for our berries. And then the green in for our leaves. And there's another one over here. And this is the bronze. So we'll stir up that bronze and then get our little deer up there. And that's the bronze. It's pretty. We'll spritz some alcohol. Get our little deer. And then these are bows. So we'll go ahead and do those red. Now the snowflakes. Isn't that pretty for snowflakes? All right. We've got several in here. We might as well do that little apple right there. So I'm going to do the little stem. And then get the apple. There we go. And right here is a little tiny, tiny, tiny hat. Let's see. Right here. Can y'all see it? That's a little tiny, tiny hat, Santa hat. So let's go ahead and try to do it. Now I just take my little acrylic sticks there. I spread some alcohol on my paper towel and I just run each of them through there and clean them up. And it's easy peasy. I've already cleaned most of them. And then if a little bit of resin cures on the top like that one is, I don't know if you can see it, but there's some resin cured on it. I just take my little blade there and just scrape it right on off. Right like that. Those are always listed in my description box in case anyone would like to go try them. It saves on waste and you can use them over and over and over again. Now I'm going to take my heat gun, run it through there, pop any surface bubbles. Spritz a little bit of alcohol. And then I'm going to set this to the side and we'll start swatching our colors. Are y'all ready to start our swatching? Okay, we have 24 colors here. And in all of these that we were given, this one sleeve is 24 colors. And this is the one that I broke off, so that's the one we're going to start with. And I'm not going to break any more off because it's easy for us to leave them on here until we get done, right? And then my list right here, I've got 1 through 24. I wrote up at the top, this is my Bond Crafter micas. So that lets me know what list this is. Okay, so we're going to start swatching our colors, and I'm going to put you on a time lapse while I do that. All right, I've got all my colors swatched. I have my list here with every color on it. Now I'm going to go through here. I tried to keep them color coded. I didn't do so great starting out, but I kind of did all right. This one should have been in there, like close to that one, but that's okay. And as I went on, I kept all the colors color coded. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take them off, and then there's like this sharp little edge right there. I'm just going to snip that off right there, and then I'll meet you back. Okay, I have all of my swatches ready. They've all been snipped off. I have clipped the little edges off of them. I used my Bond Crafter UV resin to put the color on there. So now we're going to get our book out. Our nail gel color card. And I'm going to get my list out and make sure I follow the list so I don't get anything wrong. And I used my beautiful pen that one of my subscribers made me. And it writes beautifully. Thank you so much, my friend. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to take some of my Liquid Fusion heavy duty glue. It dries clear. I'm pretty sure we can use it. Wood, stone, ceramics, fabrics, and more. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. Okay, so now I'm going to put some glue on each one of my cards here. Now we're going to go through and put our colors down. First we have yellow. Then we have magic yellow. We have golden. Coffee. It might be easier to do this with your hot glue gun. And then we have bronze, red brown, flow golden, wine red, that's the one we used for our snowman, purplish red, rose red, watermelon, peach, pink, white, orange, green, blackish green, green blue, waffet, blue, dark blue. This is a beautiful color. I think it's my favorite out of the whole box. It's a beautiful, beautiful dark blue. And then, of course, we have purple, silver gray, and black. And in the future, I'll be using my hot glue gun to do this. I mean, it was easy this way, but it just got a bit messy. So, it's whatever you want to do. I might find some different glue or something. I don't know. Because glue is going to work. It's definitely going to glue it down. Clean my mess up right there. I don't want to mess up my brand new book. Okay. So, there we have it. That's our 24 Bond Crafter mica swatches. And then I'm just going to keep my book here. Just keep it closed. A little flap on there. It says, don't mess with my chick list. Check it out. Alright. So I'm going to keep that on top of my swatches. I'm going to leave it open until they dry. So we'll check them out when we demold our snowman. So I will see you all later. I forgot to tell you all. I ordered me some more of name tags. Y'all know I use these to put in all of my pieces. All of my resin pieces. It's just my name. Epoxymaid that. And I'm getting low. Really low. And I've been trying really hard to order some more from the shop that I always get them from. But every time I go, their shop says taking a break. So now I don't have an option. I'm getting to where I don't have many, so I need to make a move. So I don't find myself with none at all. So I was cruising around in different shops, and it's really hard finding those confetti name tags in that size and of that quality. So y'all are not going to believe what I did. This is what I ordered. Now I have some more coming too. Thanks for your order, Tammy. Hope you love the confetti. Leah. The confetti's cute and all, but it's way too big. It did not look like that. I'm telling you, I'm the worst about checking dimensions on things. So, yeah. I will only be able to use these for really big pieces. Or, I could just, you know, put them all out on my table. But that wouldn't work either. Because they'd just go everywhere because it won't stay down. So, yeah. That's what I did. I have another one coming soon. It takes a long time for these to even get here. But, I think I'm going to go look around and order one more because I don't have many coming from that other shop. I don't order much because I don't know if I'm going to like the quality of them. Sometimes they tear, they rip, they do all kinds of stuff when they get in the resin, so it's really hard to tell if they're going to be of nice quality. So I just get the bare minimum when I order them. So I'm going to go look around and see what else I can find. I don't know what's going on with the shop that I always order my confetti from. They've never done this before. They won't answer messages or anything, so I have no idea what's going on. I hope everything's okay. I hope nobody's sick or anything. That would be terrible. But something's definitely going on. So I thought I would let y'all know that. When I find one that's nice, I'll share it with you all. I know there's a couple other people that run other channels that are waiting on me to find a good one. And I'll share it with them as well. But as of right now, I'm still looking. Also ordered these. I can't ever find a good pair of tweezers. And these tweezers have silicone tips on them. So, I don't know about you all, but I'm always resining the tip of my tweezers. Now, I do take my Cricut blade here. Let's see. And I will do this right here and get it off. But it's still, you know, they still don't work sometimes like they should. So, I thought I would try these with the silicone tips. So it comes with some different sizes. I'll let you guys know how I like them and if they would be something you might like. Or you can get them now and try them. You don't have to wait on me if you think you might like them. But if you'd like to wait and see what I think about them, I will definitely let you know. And if someone wants to go ahead and buy them, I'll link them in my description box. Are y'all ready to demold our snowman shaker? I did have some resin left over from my last project, so I went ahead and poured the tree, but I haven't poured the other little inclusions there. I did take my MICA chrome powder set, and I brushed in these areas here. Remember, I said I would like to see how that looked if I brushed it in. So I did that, and I'm going to pour some black resin on it because I did this one. And I brushed the colors in, and I put clear resin behind each piece that I brushed the colors in. So I want to see what the clear looks like versus the black on backed with the MICA chrome powders. So I'll share that with you in another video. So let's go ahead and get this one out. Let's pop our snowman out. We're going to have to fix his eyes. Oh, that's cute. We got to color in the buttons and the eyes, cheeks, and the mouth. I should have done that first. Well, it's my first time pouring in it. I'll know next time. I guess what I could do is drop in some black in there and let it cure. Look at that hat. Isn't that cute? Now we got to decorate that hat if we use the hat with one of these mistletoe. Look at that. Isn't that cute? So we got to put some mistletoe. Let me get you down. All right. We got to put some mistletoe on the hat right there. Yeah. And then here is the scarf. So that turned out better than I expected. And it will go right there, I guess. I don't know where we could put it right there. Yeah, it'll go right there. But we have to put our shaker top on first. Or we could do the Santa hat. What do you think? Santa hat? Nah. The snowman hat looks better. That is too stinking cute. Okay, and then we did... I'm not sure what... Oh, that's a tiny, tiny, tiny Santa hat. Real tiny. So we could put that in the belly of our Santa. And we could put... This is the little reindeer we need to put his eyes on. And his little bow or whatever that is in the front. But we could put that in there too. Here's another mistletoe. This is the only other one that we have. So we need to choose which one we want for our hat. And then here's an apple. Not quite sure what the apple's about. Could you put, will that fit in there? Nope. Maybe put the apple in our snowman's hand? I don't know. And here's our snowflake. We could put that in his hand. Maybe the little one. I don't know. And then here's a bulb, a little Christmas bulb. We need to do the little etching in it. And then, I'm not sure what that is. And then there's another little snowflake. There's a little bow. Another little, well, that's a star, it looks like. And this is a tiny, tiny, tiny scarf. I didn't know that's what that was, but yeah, that's a tiny scarf. And then there's another bow. I think that's my favorite bow out of all of them. It's really cute. So that's what we have. These little molds are so cute, aren't they? All right, we need to fill up our shaker, glue our mistletoe on our hat, get our face on, and we'll be almost finished. All right, I put the face on the little deer, and I put some black marks on the little scarf to make it look realistic. Added some little bitty inclusions, painted the face, put some more little bitty pieces in there. And now, to make it really shake, we're going to add some of this Christmas little flake things. Give it a little bit of a shake. And I think that's perfect. And now I'm going to glue the mistletoe right up here on the hat. And I'm using my Liquid Fusion. And we're going to glue it right there. Clean that glue off. There we go. Now I'm going to let that dry. And then let's take this, these little diamonds here, and we're going to put a little strip of glue right here. And then put this on the hat. Right there. We're going to have to cut another piece off, but I'm not going to cut it off until it dries. That way we won't mess our hat up. All right, we'll let that dry and then we'll cut that extra one off the end there. Okay, I set a dryer sheet in there so that my things wouldn't have static and they wouldn't stick to my acetate sheet. So let's go ahead and remove the film off of the acetate sheet. And then remove that. So now I'm going to put a little bit of UV resin in here. I'm going to use the sticks because I don't want to get a bunch in there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cure that up. And I have 2 more over here that I just filled. So we're going to do those as well. Okay, I've got all of our tops on acetate sheet. Now we're going to take my tabletop epoxy resin. Tabletop resin is what you use when you top coat things. That's what it's designed for. Tabletop epoxy resin is designed to top coat your resin art pieces. Okay, so we used my Bond Crafter UV resin to make sure our acetate sheet doesn't move in that process. So now we're going to go ahead and take our tabletop epoxy and we're going to drop it onto our piece here. And then that's going to make sure that it locks everything in. You cannot bond 2-part epoxy with UV resin, making a shaker. It doesn't work. The shaker top will just pop right off. And I'm just going to dome the whole bottom of our snowman here. And then we want to go through and make sure we don't have any bubbles on top of our acetate sheet. I did try to use the Promise Epoxy 1-hour cure to do this, my shakers with, but it did not work. It leaves the most horrible top coat ever that I have ever seen in my life. So I can't use it. I do not like the way it makes my pieces look. I like a glass top finish on my top coats. Okay, that one's ready, so I'm going to go ahead and do these, and then I'll meet you back. Now I'm going to use my heat gun, and I'm just going to run it through there and pop any of those pesky bubbles on the top. And then I'll check it again here in a little bit, because I can see some on the top of there. What I didn't do that I always do, I did not run my resin through my Airless Pro bubble remover machine. So we're probably going to have some little micro bubbles on top of our acetate sheet, and I don't like that, but I didn't run it through the bubble remover machine. So, and I also forgot to draw the keyboard on the bottom of this one. I forgot to take my marker and outline the keyboard, so this one's going to look a little bit funny. It doesn't look like a phone, unless I can come up with something for the bottom of it. I don't know. Doesn't have quite enough tabletop on the top over here. There we go. All right, I'm going to spritz a little bit of alcohol on the top of them. I'm going to cover them, and I'll meet you back when it's time to check everything out. See you later. You know what? I wonder if we could go ahead and put our snowman scarf on. Oh, goodness. It goes right about there. I got a little bit on the edge over here. Let me get it off before it starts going all down the side. Okay, I think that's going to work. And that way, we won't have to worry about losing our scarf off of our snowman. Because it is a keychain, you know, people are rough with their keys. So we want to make sure it doesn't come off. I'm going to go ahead and cover it and leave it alone. And I'll check it in a little while. So I will see you all later. Now that our snowman, the resin has thickened up a bit on it. It's not cured. It's definitely wet. But now we can take these diamonds here and we can go around the edges here, and we don't have to risk it coming off of the edges now because it's nice and like, do y'all know what saltwater taffy is? Or any kind of a Laffy Taffy? That's what the resin, the consistency of it is right now. It's kind of like taffy. So we're just going to go ahead and keep blinging him out. Alright, so let's go ahead and put this one back underneath here. And then I'm going to pick some things out of this box to add to these while they're wet. Okay, y'all ready to check our swatch book out? There it is. Everything is glued on it. It turned out so nice. I absolutely love it, and I can't wait to add the rest of my colors to it. Which, I've got a ton of them, so I better get busy. We went through every one of the colors in the Bond Crafter mica powder kit. So you'll find this in my description box if you'd like to treat yourself to a box of them. There's 24. And you can also use my discount code and save some money on it. And this will be linked in my description box for you as well. I also am an Amazon affiliate, so I make a little bit of money if you use the links in my description box. Now let's check out how each one of our shakers turned out. Which one is your favorite? I just love this little snowman. He's so cute. I love how we put him together. I love it, love it, love it. These little Christmas shakers are so precious. I'm so glad my daughter got them for me. They are so cute. And then here's this one. It turned out really cute. I love it. And then I put something around the, you know, those little pieces that we put inside the shaker. These right here. I went ahead and put them around the shaker. I thought it was really cute, and around the ear up there. I just thought it was cute. And it turned out so precious. I love it, love it, love it. So which is your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. And now let's demold these and see how they turned out. Okay, this is the gingerbread. Oh, he's cute. We're going to have to do his eyes in white or something. I don't know if black will really show up that good because that glitter is so dark. And then here's the tie, the scarf. Look, it gets really dark when I put my glove behind it, but it gets really transparent when I don't. So, it's probably not a good idea to put clear behind it. It comes out transparent looking. You can still see it up against that dark colored glitter. Then let's check out the hat. They're really light. But if you put black behind them, they really turn out. I guess it's all about what you like. That one's got some spots missing in it where I missed it. That's a bow tie. I don't know, you guys. I'm not. That's the little bow. Here's the candy cane. That's an apple, a bulb. And then this is what the black behind the chrome powders. And this is just one of my glitters. And what I think this is, I think this goes to the tree on the bottom of the tree. And maybe this is the tree stand to the tree. I guess you'd have to glue it on there. I don't know. I could be wrong, y'all. I could be wrong. I don't know. Let's see. It has to be a part of the tree somewhere. It has to be. Or it wouldn't be in there. That has to be the tree stand. But I don't know what this is. Does anybody know what that is? What is this? I thought it was the tree skirt. Part of the tree skirt or something. But I don't know. I have no idea. And then there's the bow. And there's a little star. And this is the mistletoe. And that's the gift. Snowflake. Christmas bulb. And the candy cane. I did that one all red with green in the center. I have no idea how this one goes. Okay. A tree has a star on the top, so that will be the top. A tree has a bow on it, maybe. Or maybe you could put a bow on the top. A lot of people put bows on the top of their trees. I don't know. Maybe just stick them around it. I have no idea. Yeah, I don't like any of those for the Christmas tree. And the little pieces are way too big to put inside of it. I mean, I know the Christmas tree has the biggest area for your shaker. So maybe that's why they give us the big pieces. I don't know, but I don't like it. So the Christmas tree is not my favorite. But I do like that gingerbread. And I love that snowman. We'll have to do the stocking, the snowflake, and the gingerbread house next. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know it was a little bit different, but we did throw in some creating. So I hope it wasn't all that bad. if you know me, then you know I struggle the most choosing colors. And having colors swatched out kind of helps me. And I've lost that because the way that I used to swatch my colors was on little dry erase boards. And those were created years ago when I first started resin. So I wish someone would have shared this with me when I started my journey. I hope it will help someone else in their journey. If you're just starting out in resin, I hope you will find some value in this video. If you'll notice on some of the products that I use, there's a number on them. See here? I don't know if y'all noticed that or not, but that was part of my old swatching board. And through the years, the numbers would come off of the top. The resin would get on there, alcohol, whatever, you know, would get on there, and it would just come off. So if I seen it come off right then, I would take a Sharpie and write the number on the bottom. But I didn't always do that. So then I was in a place where some of my colors had numbers on them and some didn't. So I was totally lost in my swatching board. So that's why I came up with this way to swatch my colors. It's nice, it's neat. You can stack it real nice and neat on a shelf or wherever you'd like to stack it. It wasn't that much. It didn't cost that much. Of course, I'm going to have to buy a few more of them. And I'm also going to buy some of the watercolor ones for my alcohol inks because I like to see every one of my colors. I like to see them used on something so I can tell what that color is going to look like. And in the bottle does not do it for me. And if you're like that too, then this will help you as well. Don't forget that we used the CRAFTOR mica powders creating our snowman today. So everything you see in our snowman is CRAFTOR's colors except for his cheeks and his eyes and his little buttons on his stomach, which you can hardly see now. And this will be linked in my description box if you'd like to go treat yourself to a 24 color kit from CRAFTOR. My swatching board, which is actually designed for nails, will also be linked in my description box if you would like to swatch your colors right along with me. And share your board when you get done with it, or boards, however many you have to buy. I'd like to see at the end how you've swatched yours if you do it. Also, in the comment section below, let me know, what do you struggle with the most while you're creating? And also, how do you swatch your colors? I would love to hear it. And it's about that time, my friends, for a sweet goodbye. And I will see you in the next video. God bless you. Goodbye, my friends.